boy, Hennythemoor, reporting live from the liquor store, man. How's everybody doing today? And hey, I was in the chat box with most of y'all over there with my brother landlord, just hearing him out on his score predictions and stuff. If you haven't already did so, make sure y'all go ahead, like and subscribe to Landlord from Alabama page, man. My brother right there in this content space. But yeah, man, I'm gonna give y'all my final thoughts of the Dallas Cowboys versus the Detroit Lions. Major game tonight. Saturday night football. Jimmy Johnson being inducted into the Ring of Honor. Playoff seeding implications. So it's a bunch of stuff going on right now, man. Yo, Choctaw, what's up with you, man? Hey, the conversation in the chat box was too good, man. You know, the conversation in the chat box was too good. We got to keep it going. Get y'all thoughts around the nation, man. Yeah, what's up with you, Charlie Jones, JV B-Boy, Sugar Daddy 1, John Cofield, James Simmons, Choctaw, Montana. What's up with all y'all good people, man? Good morning. And listen, this is going to be a victory Saturday inside the liquor store. We already claiming it. Well, you know, it's done. The Dallas Cowboys will be victorious. We will go out there and defeat the Detroit Lions. And, you know, we're just going to talk about the specifics, how to get that done. We're going to have ourselves a good time over here, man. So first and foremost, when y'all slide over here, man, make sure y'all hit that like button. The more likes that we get on these videos, the more that these platforms will promote the content. So, you know, the more likes on a YouTube video, the more YouTube will suggest the content to somebody else, and vice versa for every other platform, Facebook, Twitter, doesn't matter. So if you want the liquor store to do well, make sure you run up them likes. And also remember to share the content at least 6 times and to drop 6 emojis, man. Because we do practice manifestation inside the liquor store. And as you all seen over the course of the last couple of games, man, we need bounces and different things like that to go in our favor to be victorious, man. We need a lucky bounce. We need to be able to have ball security. We need to have people drop some turnovers and different things like that, man. So if you want the Dallas Cowboys to win their 6th championship this year, man, share the content 6 times, drop 6 emojis like my boy Paul just did, my boy JV B-Boy with the 6 shot glasses, and I see Miss Regina Green sliding in for the win. How you doing, Miss Green? Long time no see. John Cofield, I see you also helping us practice manifestation. James Simmons, I see you also helping us practice manifestation, man. What's good with you? Thank you for coming over and showing love to the platform, man. I appreciate all y'all. And hey, don't forget the most important thing to do this morning, man. I need y'all to turn right back around and slap the dog shit about a Lions fan, man. Now listen, I'm going to say this every time. I don't know a Lions fan in my personal life. I do not know one at all. You know, I don't know one at all. But if you are able to find one and you're able to lay hands on them, man, make sure you hit them beside the head so I can give you that discount, man. And you know, we got everything you need to succeed over here, man. We got cow burritos, we got gin, we got hen, and everything else under the sun that can make you sin. So tap in with your boy, Hennythemoor, and come get drunk in the liquor store. And hey, salute to my boy, John Jones. Hey, if your name is John Jones, I'm just going to assume that you have hands. So, hey, I appreciate you for coming in, showing love to the liquor store, giving the donation. And I'm going to need you to turn around and lay hands on these Lions fans tonight, man. Help us lay hands on these Lions fans, man, because it's going to be a massacre down there in Dallas. Yeah, JVB, boy, I never met one either. You know, they're not really a popular franchise like that. You know, like, I've seen Packers fans. I've seen, you know, Patriots fans. You know, I've seen people follow Tom Brady around. You know, they went from being Patriots fan to the Tampa Bay fans. I've seen Steelers fans, even Eagles fans. But, you know, I ain't never really met a Detroit Lions fan, man. So we need to throw downfield, Todd. I agree with that, too. Charlie Jones, I definitely agree with us having a downfield passing attack for this game because the corners in this game aren't very good. You know, they're not household names at all. And their best safety, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, is still out. So he will not be available. You know, he led the NFL in turnovers last year. If I'm not mistaken, he had like 6 or 7 interceptions. C.J. Gardner-Johnson, he is not yet healthy enough to play. So this is one of the worst passing defenses in the National Football League. And that is my focal point the entirety of the day. Right? I think I've shown y'all like Dak Prescott's track record when he plays similarly ranked passing defenses this year. Right? He said that's because most Lion fans never talk football. Most Lion fans suffer in silence because they haven't been a really good franchise in a long time. I'm really happy for them, honestly. I really ain't got nothing bad to say about the Lions outside of the fact that we're playing them this week. You know what I mean? Like they had it rough for a long ass time. They finally won their division for the first time in 30 years. So they're on the come up, man. I'm happy to see that. Seeing a team suffer so long, and then have a level of success that they're not accustomed to. Hats off to it. Matter of fact, their head coach is a former Dallas Cowboy. He's a Texas boy, a former Dallas Cowboy. So I'm happy for him. I'm happy for everything they doing. I just want us to beat their ass because they in the way this year. But I have nothing bad to say about the actual Lions themselves because head coach a former Dallas Cowboy. They ain't really had success. I root for the underdogs, man. So I like what they doing over there. Peasy, what's up with you, man? Thank you for tapping in and showing love. Yeah, hey, I said my score prediction was 42-21. I think that the game is going to get out of hand for the Detroit Lions. The Dallas Cowboys, if you look at points scored on offense, it's night and day than what it is on the road. He said, I love the Cowboys, but I don't think this is our year, but I will enjoy the ride. Hey, you always have to be pessimistic. You always have to be rational when you're making predictions. But hey, until we get eliminated, I'm gonna always say it's our year until proven otherwise. Because sometimes you just gotta have faith within the team. Sometimes you just gotta have faith. But I get it. I understand being cautious. But as a content creator, I do the legwork to see how we could possibly win games. And usually when I do the legwork and I look at the other teams we're playing, every team usually has a flaw. Every team usually has a flaw that you can exploit. So there's not really too many times where I look at an opposing team and I say there's no way the Dallas Cowboys can win. Because we're that talented. Like, we are that talented. The Dallas Cowboys are one of the more talented teams in the National Football League. You got a quarterback that's in the MVP conversation. You got an all-pro wide receiver. You got a young up-and-coming tight end in Jake Ferguson, who's playing like a top 10 player at his position at this moment. You got a wily vet in Brandon Cooks, who's had multiple 1,000-yard seasons. He's came in and he's been a very valuable number 2 option in the receiving game for you. I know Tony Pollard is not having the same year that we're accustomed to, but he's still a decent running back when healthy. And the key word is healthy. You have a very efficient offensive line with Tyler Smith and everybody else is playing. And on the defensive side of the ball, even though they have issues in the run game, this is one of the best pass defenses in the National Football League. They don't really allow a lot of points. So, like, when you look up and down along the Dallas Cowboys roster and a Super Bowl winning head coach, you got everything you need, right? And like I said, you got everything you need. Now, sometimes you don't get the job done, right? National Football League is very hard to win games. There's like a dozen teams that don't even have one Super Bowl win, right? There's a dozen teams that never won a Super Bowl. So it's hard, man. It's very hard to win a championship. But our odds of winning a championship are higher than at least a third of the league, 2/3 of the league. You know what I mean? So when we have those odds, I'm gonna ride it out. I'm gonna ride it out. I believe in our ability to win a championship. Not necessarily that I'm not gonna guarantee it because shit's hard, like I said. But I'm never gonna sit here and say I don't believe it's our year because anything could happen, right? We nobody thought the Eagles would eventually win a championship. I thought I would die, turn gray and old, wither away, and the Eagles will still have 0 championships. But they got one. They got one. He said TP 114 yards away from 1,000 yards. I know, but in comparison to other running backs, in comparison to other running backs, it's not that impressive, especially with 17 games at this point. I'm gonna give him love. I'm happy that he's gonna have a 1,000-yard season that he can lay his hat on after having a severe leg injury. But and Buddy Johnson is a former 4th-round pick. He's a linebacker that was on our practice squad. So let me ask you a question. Did he get elevated? Because I've seen a bunch of y'all ask about him. But he's a former 4th-round pick out of Texas A&M. 6'2", 240 pounds. This is his second year in the league. So he's a young player. He's a very, 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 very young player. So he's 6'2", 240. Played in the SEC, Texas A&M, the former 140th overall pick. Okay, looked like Pittsburgh drafted him in the 4th round. Okay, he got elevated. Okay. Gotcha. Hey, you remember I said that man name sound like Bumpy Johnson? He just sound like he a gangster for no apparent reason. Yeah, Overshawn and John Stevens Jr. Like I hated those injuries. They definitely would have had an impact on this year. But the Dallas Cowboys, especially Dan Quinn does not mind playing young defensive players, giving them opportunity. You know, he had he had Deron Bland out there in a starring role his rookie year. We all know that Micah Parsons came in, and as a top pick, we utilized him. So good and well, he said he was balling at Texas A&M. Okay. He said not counting the receiving yards. Yeah, I know. See, I'm not going to sit here and say Tony Pollard is trash, because I don't believe that he is. I just think Tony Pollard is not 100% healthy. He even spoke earlier in the year about getting into form, getting into shape. Like he's not the same running back that he was last year. You don't really just break your leg, in January and everything is all, sunshine and rainbows and daisies and shit in September. It don't work like that. He said he probably is going to be a special teams guy. We'll see. The Dallas Cowboys, and listen, the Dallas Cowboys don't really have a lot of depth. He does not have a lot of depth at the linebacker position. He said TP Big Milf. Ugh. He said 8th ranked running back is mid. That's not what, but listen, that's not really what we thought we were going to get. And you also got to think about it like this. This is no longer a running football league. So I guess for what Tony Pollard is giving us, it's whatever. But Tony Pollard has not had a 100-yard rushing game since the Arizona game. Right? So I know he got cumulative yards in his favor. But it's not like he was on a tear or anything. Like the man just only ran for 38 yards the last game. So I get it, but said Lion King said much success after Saturday. Same here, man. I want y'all to have a ton of success after Saturday, but I want to go out there and kick y'all ass tonight. But I have major respect for the program y'all over there building. I have major respect for the program y'all over there building though. So salute to y'all. But y'all gonna catch this fade tonight. Averaging 4 a carry. Just think it looks different this year. Maybe in the off season we'll break down some cumulative tape on Tony Pollard. We can look at the whole body of work. We'll see where he ends in rankings and everything else, and we'll probably look at that to see if any of the criticism is worthwhile. But right now, I'm trying to figure out how to beat the Detroit Lions. I'm trying to figure out how to get us hot going into the postseason. I'm trying to figure out how to get this 6 Lombardi, man. That's the top thing on the docket this time around. Yeah, we going full Hennessy mode tonight, Donna. You ain't lied about that. Because you know what? At the end of the day, Tony Pollard is still your running back. He's still the best running back that you have. Right? So, regardless of what we overall think, I want nothing but success for Tony Pollard going forward for the rest of the season. I want nothing but success for Tony Pollard going forward in the rest of the season. If y'all think he's mid, that's fine. I want him to be excellent. I want him to be excellent the last 2 regular season games and every game he plays in the playoffs. That's what I want for Tony Pollard. And we'll go down there. It says simple, stop our run game. And hey, we got 2 ways to do that, Lion King. We got 2 ways to do that. One, go out here first and get the lead. Team like the Dallas Cowboys score 40 points at the crib. We score 40 points or more at the crib, right? So if we go out here, we put up some numbers. it gets a little tight. It's hard to stick with running the football and you're down 14 points. You're down 17 points. So really, one tactic to try and stop the Lions from running the football is to score. Get the ball first, go down there, get the lead, make the Detroit Lions play from behind from the second that they get on the field on offense, and we move like that. Secondly, and from a schematical standpoint, if they go heavy, because the Lions don't typically run the football out of shotgun, the numbers don't say that they do. Normally, when the Lions line up under center, they're going to run the football. Right? I forget the exact splits, but it's like a 60-40 split that when they go under center, that they're going to run. They're going to actually hand the football to one of their running backs. So in situations like that, Dan Quinn for most of the season has stayed in nickel. He stayed on the field with 5 defensive backs or 6 defensive backs and dime, right? Because we know he plays really multiple safeties in that position. So one thing schematically you can do personnel wise, is go out there and match personnel. If they go heavy, you go heavy. You make it hard. You put as much mass on the field. You move Micah Parsons to the linebacker position on those obvious rushing downs, and you live with the results. Said Brian Browder said the same thing under center. They running it. Okay, cool. So I ain't completely crazy. I'm not crazy. Yeah, both their running backs are good. They got 2 very good running backs. And listen, they got like that thunder lightning thing going on. They have Montgomery, who runs in between the tackles very well. He got a ton of rushing touchdowns on the season. And then you got Jahmyr Gibbs, who's a home run threat. So when you think about their running back room, think about our running back room in 2021. Right, you think about Ezekiel Elliott still being a 1,000-yard rusher and still also having Tony Pollard coming in and getting 700 yards on the ground and the big splash plays like that. So that's the best comparison that I have for their running back room. Think about our running back room in 2021 when Ezekiel Elliott was still a 1,000-yard rusher, when Tony Pollard was coming in giving you explosive plays. Yeah, Lion King, I agree with you. I don't understand why Dan Quinn does not like to match personnel, but that's definitely one thing I would do. I would make y'all earn, every yard that you get on the ground. I'm going big. I'm putting Micah Parsons at linebacker. I'm gonna make it as tough as humanly possible for you to run the football on me. And if I win on first down, if I can stop them on first down, if you win on first down, 1st and 10, a team only gets 1 yard rushing and they get 2 yards rushing, odds are 2nd down and 3rd down will probably be passes. So if you win on first down, like 2nd and long is usually considered a passing situation. 3rd and long is also 100% a passing situation by the numbers. So really what I need the Dallas Cowboys to do is to win on first down. If you win on first down, then that allows you to rush the passer on 2nd and 3rd down. So win on first down. But if you allow them to get 4 yards on a single carry on first down, you allow them to get 5 yards or 6 yards on a single carry on first down, then everything is open on 2nd down and 3rd down. 2nd down, it could be another run. It could be a strong play action with mass protection. It could be anything coming at you if you don't win on first down. So you really limit the play calling options for the opposing team when you win on these early down scenarios. Right, so for the people that say you love Micah Parsons, you love Micah Parsons on the edge. That's cool. I love him on the edge too. You're still allowed, to have Micah Parsons do both, because I primarily want Micah Parsons playing linebacker on first down. That's usually when the run is coming. If they go heavy on first down, I want Micah Parsons lined up at linebacker trying to help in run support. And then once you win on first down, you force a 2nd and long, you force a 3rd and long, you can allow them to rush the passer. And listen, you're not wrong. Statistically, Micah Parsons is one of the best defensive ends, edge rushers in the National Football League. But because you're so thin at the linebacker position, he'll probably have to moonlight over there a little bit more You'll probably he'll probably have to moonlight over there a little bit more to be effective for you in stopping the run. Because right now, the Damone Clark, everybody, I want to hear from the nation themselves. Put a number grade on a scale of 1 to 10. How well is the Damone Clark playing this year? In your personal opinion. In your personal opinion, how well is the Damone Clark playing this year? 1 is awful, 10 is fantastic, of course. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how well do you think the Damone Clark is playing football right now? He said they can run, play action pass all day, and Michael plays linebacker. And Mike and Leah, that is the purpose of having versatility on your line. Because Michael Parsons does not have to stay at middle linebacker. Hell, he don't even have to play middle linebacker. Michael Parsons can play off-ball linebacker. The point being, Michael Parsons needs to be involved in the run game because Michael Parsons is not very good when he's attached to the line of scrimmage against the run. You can look at the overall numbers. The overall number says that Michael Parsons is not good against the run while he plays defensive end. All right, he said he's playing mid, elite. What's up with your Fresh King? Thank you for tapping in and showing love to the liquor store, man. Long time no see. All right, so I see fives, twos. Sugar Daddy gave him a 7. JV B-Boy gave him a 7. T-Smooth TV gave him a 5. I see a 4 in this mug. So most of y'all don't think that Damone Clark is having a great year. So that's your one and true. That's your one true linebacker on your team right now. So we all know that Marquise Bell is a converted safety that's playing linebacker now. So we know that Leighton Vander Esch is gone. So really, he is your one true, linebacker right now. And none of y'all think he's playing great football. So that's why I be throwing this idea around about Michael Parsons playing a couple snaps here and a couple snaps there. Right? Because if they're running the football, like in that Buffalo game, they ran the ball over 40 times. They only threw it 15. So, regardless if Michael Parsons is attached to the line, if Michael Parsons is attached to the line rushing the passer, he does me no good if they can just hand the ball off and get 5, 6, 7 yards every time, right? He said that's similar to LVE at the moment. Hey, what did I say? What did I say about about these young players looking like they're veterans? Like these young players end up looking like they're veterans. Because I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't know shit about the wide receiving coach, but I know we had Amari Cooper when CeeDee Lamb got here, and I know that Amari Cooper put in extra work with CeeDee Lamb to help on his route running. And listen, he's not up there yet with Amari and route running, but you can definitely tell that he's a much better route runner coming into the league than he is right now at this point in time, right? So that's my thing. A lot of times we be pairing these young talented guys. A lot of times we be pairing these young talented guys, with these veterans that we're not really high on, and you can tell the difference. Yeah, I remember when LVE told Micah he don't have to make every play. I remember that. But he's not wrong. Because you see, like, what LVE was trying to say at that point was you have a job to do. Like you have one particular assignment when you're playing linebacker. I'm responsible for this gap, or if I'm manned up, I'm responsible for this person. If I'm zoned up, I'm responsible for this area of the field. Michael Parsons is trying to, Michael Parsons be out there trying to make plays, and sometimes when you're just trying to make plays, you don't necessarily take care of your assignment. And we've seen that even with Michael Parsons as a pass rusher. He'll over pursue sometimes, and then boom, there goes the screen. Boom, he's out of position and run support. So it's not really what he said. He could have just worded that shit better. You know what I mean? Say you want to be around the ball as much as possible. Don't matter your motor, gotta go. I agree with that. I agree with that in that sense. He said stop allowing O-line to get hands on him in second level. If that happens, hard to stop the run game. You ain't said nothing wrong. Hey, I think everybody mentioned Sean Lee. And listen, I know that Sean Lee, towards the end of his career, was similar to Tyron Smith, did not play a whole lot of football for us because he was constantly injured. But man, when he played, Sean Lee was like that, man. Sean Lee was probably one of the best football minds that we had. If Sean Lee wants to do it, if they allow him to do it, F it. F it. I let him. Because it can't be, listen, he can't do a worse job than our current linebackers coach. And Sean Lee was an all-pro linebacker. Like he got the skins on the wall to demand respect the moment that he steps into the door. The moment that he steps into the door, he'll have the caveat to demand respect from these younger players in the locker room. So, you know. But I don't know if Sean Lee even wants to coach. You know, that's a stressful ass job. I mean, your linebackers can't shed blocks because they're undersized. You know what I mean? Like your linebackers are undersized. Outside of Damone Clark, a lot of that is just about instincts. You know, he doesn't get to the point of attack soon enough, so he gets overpowered. But you know, Marquise Bell is an undersized linebacker, former safety playing the position. J-Ron Curse plays in the box. You know, for a long period of time, he had the green dot, so you know, he wasn't necessarily a linebacker. But, you know, they gave him linebacker responsibilities, and he's definitely undersized to be playing in the box. You know, Donovan Wilson isn't a linebacker either. So when we talk about linebackers in the Dallas Cowboys, who are we talking about? We only got one linebacker. We got one linebacker. His name is Damone Clark. His name is Damone Clark. Who else is actually a linebacker that plays significant snaps for us? That's the one thing I want to throw out there. Who else is an actual linebacker on the Dallas Cowboys besides Damone Clark? Think about that. Who else is an actual damn linebacker besides Damone Clark? Who else is a linebacker? We're talking about a linebacker room. It's one damn dude. It's one dude. Right? Because remember, Marquise Bell is technically, right? He's technically a linebacker, but you know he's a converted safety. And Micah Parsons don't even play linebacker because he's rushing the passer. So number 11. All right, so Micah Parsons. We're gonna say Micah Parsons, who doesn't even play linebacker. We're gonna say our edge rusher who's moving to a full-time defensive end. Right? You can't really count Micah Parsons because people don't even want Micah Parsons to play linebacker. Buddy Johnson. So now Buddy Johnson and Damone Clark. I'm not gonna count Micah because he don't even play linebacker half the time. Like you look at his snap count, like 90% of the time he's attached to the defensive line, so he's not even a linebacker at this point. What's up, Todd Cowboys? How you living? Thank you for tapping in and showing love. Right. So Damone Clark is the only actual linebacker that plays. Right. Damone Clark is the only actual linebacker that plays for you, and we know that's the only person we really judging. When we talk about the linebacker coach, you know, if Damone Clark isn't really the guy, then what the hell are we talking about? We got one linebacker. One. Uno. Not dos, not tres. Just stop at uno. Yeah, Malik Jefferson. I'm not even counting the practice squad guys. Yeah, Malik Jefferson is still on the practice squad. And he doesn't have significant snaps at linebacker, my guy. Matter of fact, let's bring it up since we want to talk about it. Let me go ahead and just show you what I'm talking about. Let me see. Let me get to the snap count. All right, so Micah Parsons has under 100 snaps at linebacker this year, and he has 670 snaps at defensive end. You got one snap as a slot as well. So Micah Parsons has 670 snaps at linebacker. 670 snaps as defensive lineman and 92 snaps as a linebacker, which is not much when you consider that we already done played 15 games. If you divide 92 by 15, that means he might take six snaps a game at linebacker. So he might take 6 snaps a game at linebacker. There, so in comparison to him rushing the passer 20, 30 times a game, you're not really getting much from Micah Parsons. You don't play him there enough for him to even be considered a linebacker. They said Clark should never engage in a block. I'm sorry, neither should Bill. I mean, listen, you got to do what you got to do. The job description says I gotta go out here and try to beat this offensive lineman to the point of attack. You know what I'm saying? So you got to do what you got to do. But the issue is they got a lot of guys doing things that they are not physically capable of doing. Right? They got a bunch of guys doing what they are not physically capable of doing, and that's the issue. And Damone Clark has not developed up here yet to be a middle linebacker, diagnosed to play and get to the point of attack or to shoot the gap, quick enough. Right? He's trying to get play side. He's trying to get play side at this point. So if he doesn't know what the hell is coming, then he is not going to get there fast enough to beat the block or to shoot the gap. Because it's taking him too long to diagnose what the hell is going on in front of him. And listen, that shit takes time. But you can't play fast if you don't know where the hell you're supposed to be at. Because then our next critique of Damone Clark is if he makes these random guesses and runs himself out of the play, that's going to be even worse than him being late to the point of attack. That's going to be even worse than him being late to the point of attack if he guesses wrong, trying to get there fast. And I agree, Micah Parsons at linebacker creates more opportunities for Micah at the defensive end. Yeah. Because listen, the hope is that you only have to play Micah Parsons at linebacker sparingly. You play Micah Parsons at linebacker until you get a lead, and then you can leave Micah Parsons at defensive end the rest of the damn game. But once you go up 2 scores, you get up 10 points on a team, and the Dallas Cowboys already have that reputation for being a team that scores points in bunches. The opposing offensive coordinator gonna get tight. They're gonna get tight. They're gonna try to press. They're gonna try to get points, and that's when accidents happen. That's when they drop back more often. That when you get the opportunity for tip passes and interceptions and forced fumbles. That is the Dallas Cowboys, playing Dallas Cowboys football, getting a lead, letting your defense be in an opportune situation to get turnovers, to rush the passer. And you win every game when you do that. Honestly, there's not a game where the Dallas Cowboys have jumped out to the lead and forced teams to throw the football that we've lost. That has not happened this year. Yeah, Micah Parsons made a ton of plays for us, at this last in this last game against the Miami Dolphins. Like, he was all over the field making plays. It was fantastic. And yeah, Damone Clark is not small in terms of a linebacker. The Damone Clark issue is up here. That's the issue for Damone Clark. He got linebacker size. The issue is he don't know what the hell he needs to be half the time. So I don't think he should be a true middle linebacker. You might be able to get away with playing Damone Clark at LVEO position of being a weak side linebacker. Now, he probably will excel at being a weak side linebacker because he's athletic. Yeah, he's athletic, so he's probably best playing the wheel linebacker position. He go out there, ain't got to diagnose nothing. It's just see ball, get ball when you play wheel. Like middle linebacker, there's a bunch of stuff you got to understand. You got to understand offensive formations. You got to understand route combinations if you're in coverage. You got to understand everybody's gap assignment and get them lined up. If you're a good middle linebacker, you got the green dot. You got to be able to get the calls in for the defensive alterations that they make when they change the play. There's a bunch of shit that goes into playing middle linebacker that you don't have to even think about in regards to playing weak side linebacker, right? Because the middle linebacker, I know it's a cliche at this point, but it really is like the quarterback of the defense. There's a lot of things that they do that don't get talked about. So, being a middle linebacker is really more about your cognitive processing ability than it really is about your athletic ability. Because Sean Lee was not a great athlete, but Sean Lee understood everything that I just talked about. He understood the proper depth to be at in coverage. He understood route combinations depending on the alignment of the wide receivers. He understood which gaps. Which gap integrity to keep, depending on the kind of run that's coming his way. If it's a counter, he knew, he knew all the little minute details to it. That's why Sean Lee excelled so well at the middle linebacker position, not due to athletic prowess, but that's a very good way to put it, Willie. Sean Lee was a student of the game. You could not show Sean Lee some shit to confuse him. If you did, you was a bad man. But 9 times out of 10, Sean Lee knew what the hell was going on every play. So he always was in position to make a play. See, so when you know where you need to be and you can get there, it doesn't, you can be a 4'6", 4'7" guy and have more of an impact on a game than a 4'4" guy that don't know where the hell he's supposed to be at. Said last time we had a linebacker with a pick, I think it was Leighton Vander Esch. I think Leighton Vander Esch was the last linebacker that got a pick for us. I could be mistaken, but I had to go back and see. But I think it was LVE, because I know he had a pick against Carson Wentz in 2018 that I remember. So yeah, there's a bunch of things we could definitely make alterations to, but. The beautiful thing about this particular matchup is the Dallas Cowboys will be playing a team with a suspect passing defense. They will be playing them at home. There will be the season finale. Did Anthony Barr get a pick? Let me see. But yeah, to continue my initial train of thought while I Google this real quick. The Dallas Cowboys got a lot of things going in their favor in this game. Because if they can stop the run, right? If they are able to stop the run, everything else goes into their favor. Jared Goff is one of the most pressured quarterbacks in the National Football League. I believe he's 6th in quarterback pressures. He does have double-digit interceptions. He has 10. This is a team that will turn the football over. So there are areas that we can attack them on. And offensively, as I already mentioned, we're very good against their type. He would never make the finishing tackle, but he'd be right there. We need a McClain type again. He was a dog for us at linebacker. I wish we could have kept Rolando McClain, man. I know he had the off-field issues and stuff, but he was a good linebacker for us when we had him. He was a damn good linebacker for us when we had him. All right, let me take a look at Anthony Barr's stats. Y'all got me curious if he got a pick for us. No, Anthony Barr did not get an interception for us. He got a sack for us. Anthony Barr's stats for the Dallas Cowboys were 58 total tackles, 1 sack, 1 pass defended, 0 interceptions, and 2 fumble recoveries. So those were Anthony Barr's statistics for the Dallas Cowboys. So how bad is Hankins' injury? Hankins will probably be 100% by the time we play our first playoff game. I just think they believe that they can win this game without him. Want to give him more adequate rest because we need him for the playoff push. Definitely will be a piece that helps us fortify the middle of our defense, as he's been all year for us. Especially with the news that Monty Smith is playing is playing at 293 right now. He's really the only big body that you have. Osa is a 3 tech. Osa is a 3 tech. Neville's a 3-tech. Carl Davis is a practice squad guy that you elevate in case of emergencies. He's not really somebody you can plug and play and expect great things from him. And I already mentioned that Monty Smith is playing at 293 right now. So with all those things factor in, I believe the Dallas Cowboys will be very cautious. They're probably not going to play him they already ruled him out this game. They're probably going to hold him out of the Washington game, and they'll just have him ready for this game. Whether it be a home game if we win the 2 seed, or we'll have him ready for our road game if we win the 5th seed. So beautiful thing about it, the Dallas Cowboys are at least locked into a playoff spot. So if we host a team at home, I feel very confident about beating them. If we go on the road against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers or the New Orleans Saints, or whichever team wins that division, I feel confident in beating them. We play in turf. It will be, it's gonna be we'll be favored in either game that we play. With what I'm trying to get at. What are my thoughts about Hunter Luepke? I think Hunter Luepke. The only issue I had with Hunter Luepke, and it's not no fault of himself, he was not getting adequate reps the entirety of the year. He went like 10 or 11 weeks without getting a single carry. He went like 10 or 11 weeks in between carries, and Mike McCarthy ran out there and gave him the football. So if they had been getting him steady work, the entirety of the season, then I would not have minded him getting the football. But because he was not used to handling the football, because he went so long without carries, he fumbled. Well, really, they actually put the fumble on Dak Prescott, because they can't technically put the fumble on Hunter Luepke when he never possessed the football. Like he never actually got control of the football. So let me see what this fool said. He said, "Read what I said, famo. Now that's a true middle." Let me see what this man has said. I am prototype Dallas needs 6'5" body, 255, 4'4", 439 speed, with a mindset of I'm trying to kill everything moving. I don't give a if it's a ref. Move, nigga. Boy, you crazy as hell. Yeah. That's and listen, Hunter Luepke did also get bullied in blitz pickup as well. So he got some things to work out of. But Hunter Luepke ain't played a lot of offensive football in terms of ball carrying. I'll give him a pass for that, but he got to be better in blitz pickup. I think he does decently in run blocking, going out there and blowing somebody up who's in front of him. But I know everyone was worried about the 2 seed, but in reality, if we would have had lost to Arizona, we could have had the best chance, which is very true. I mean, you never know which games put you out of contention for a spot, but it is what it is. Because listen, even though we didn't beat the Arizona Cardinals, we should have beaten the Miami Dolphins. We fumbled at the 1 yard line. There was 7 points taken away. We had a penalty because Dak Prescott had a run down to the 11 yard line. We had a penalty on a illegal shift that negated like a 15-yard run by Dak. They would have gave us a fresh set of downs. We had to settle for a field goal there. Then we also had a blown protection by Chuma Edoga that took away that stopped Dak Prescott from throwing a touchdown pass to a wide open Jake Ferguson. So that's a 4-point swing right there. So the Dallas Cowboys had numerous opportunities to make up for that. Did I say that Chuma gets a pass for any of that? I just said Chuma didn't touch the ball a lot, so he fumbled, which is true. And no, I'm not giving Tony Pollard a pass either, because they're not even going to pay this man next year. This is the last time that Tony Pollard will be a Dallas Cowboy. This is the last time that Tony Pollard will be a Dallas Cowboy. So it really doesn't matter if I think he should get criticism or not. I ain't gonna have to worry about the man after this year. I just want him to play good the rest of the year. It is what it is. Life ain't fair. Life is not fair, my guy. But that's another thing you could blame on the Dallas Cowboys coaching staff. They knew this man had a serious leg injury. They gave him $10 million guaranteed, and they want their $10 million worth of production. So it is what it is. Tony Pollard will not be a Dallas Cowboy next year. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that in advance. But I do believe that, and Zeke is, I don't care what Zeke does. Zeke ain't on my team. Zeke is gone. I don't give a damn what Zeke does. TP is here. TP is here. So it doesn't matter what the hell Zeke is doing. Zeke is going to be at home watching film and shit, or watching soap operas. TP is going to be here with us trying to win a playoff game. So he's the person I'm going to scrutinize. He's the person I'm going to either scrutinize or the person I'm going to show love to, depending on how they play. That's just the way of the world. I don't give a damn what Amari Cooper is doing right now. I don't give a damn what Ezekiel Elliott is doing right now. I don't give a damn what my boy Dalton Schultz is doing right now. Nigga, it's the end of the season. I am worried about Dallas Cowboy players and Dallas Cowboy players only. I'm trying to get something. I'm trying to get number 6. So if you're messing up, you're messing up, and you got to hear about it. Said, watch TP get picked up by the Browns like Cooper did. He gonna ball. I'm pretty sure he'll have an outstanding season next year when he's fully healthy. When he's fully healthy, I believe that he will probably have an all-pro level season. Because Tony Pollard can do a lot of things besides just run the football. He's a deadly catcher of the ball out of the backfield. He got a wide receiver background. I'm sure when he's completely healthy, he's going to take the lead by storm. I'm just know for a fact he's going to be a Dallas Cowboy after this year. But what I do want from TP is to ball out these last 2 games, is to ball out in the playoffs. I want nothing but good things for Tony Pollard. I want nothing but good things for Hunter Lukey. But when you F up, you F up. And you got to hear about it. Because at this point, everybody's dealing with something. Nobody's going to be completely healthy at this point of the year, regardless if you started the season completely healthy. So at this point, man, you just got to hold your nuts. You just got to hold your nuts at this point, man. I'm sorry. What the position that the Dallas Cowboys put our players in fair? No, they were not fair. It was not fair to Tony Pollard to expect him to be a lead back after breaking his leg just a couple months ago. It was not fair to not give Hunter Lukey carries for 10 weeks and ask him to run the ball into the end zone. You know, it's not fair to ask Terrence Steele, you know, to come back early after having a significant leg injury and play up to his contract. None of that shit is fair, but that's what they did. So because that's the option that they chose, you know, and because they didn't say anything about it either, you're gonna have to go ahead and do what you got to do, my boy. You're gonna have to do what you got to do. Said Browns getting all our players low key. We got good players. Like, we got good players. We got real good players. So yes, the team's gonna pick our players up because we got good players. Like, Tony Pollard is not living up. Hell nah. Trey, they're not finna listen. They are finna give Dak Prescott $55 to $60 million. They're finna make CeeDee Lamb one of the highest paid wide receivers in the National Football League. They're finna pay Michael Parsons. Do you believe in your hearts of hearts they're going to give Tony Pollard $11 million? Because the tag goes up every year. So the tag this year for a running back will probably be about $11 million. So with all that going on, paying Dak, paying CD, possibly playing Michael Parsons, trying to find another center, do you really believe they're going to give $11 million to a running back? I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Yeah, under normal circumstances, they might do some shit like that, but they got to pay everybody and their mama this offseason. And before, what happened to Elijah Moore, man? What ended up happening to Elijah Moore, man? I seen the play, but I don't know what they said about the injury. Is the young man all right? Said TP has changed his running style out of necessity. He used to hit the whole 100 mile per hour. Yeah, you got to pace yourself when you're the lead back. Well, what's going on with Elijah Moore, man? What's up, Jaleel? He said, Niners fan here. You want them to pay Dak Prescott? Yes. And the reason, oh, they got a seizure, man. I mean, I pray, man. Father God, please protect Elijah Moore and his family, Lord. I pray that you help him get back to full health, Lord. Please watch over him and his family as he go through his time of recovery, Lord. I pray that everything works out in the end, Father God. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. So yeah, I never want to hear that. Never want to hear that. But yeah, Jaleel, I do want the Dallas Cowboys to play. I do want the Dallas Cowboys to pay Dak Prescott because one, right now he's playing like a top 5 quarterback in the National Football League. He currently leads National Football League in passing touchdowns. Only has 7 interceptions on the season, and he's been in the league for what? This is year 8. He's never had a losing season as a starting quarterback. Right, the worst season that Dak Prescott had when he started every game was 8-8. So, with the track record that Dak Prescott has, like, yes, he's your best option at quarterback, and extending Dak Prescott's give the Dallas Cowboys cap flexibility. We owe him about $60 million next year. If we were to give him an extension, we save about $30 to $40 million against the cap, and we'll also be able to get the other contracts done. So, yes, I would love for the Dallas Cowboys to pay Dak Prescott. We already have a younger, we already have Trey Lance on the roster. So, depending what they do with Trey Lance, he could be the quarterback that we groom to supplant Dak, in 4 or 5 years when he's out of his prime. So, yes, I would love for them to pay Dak Prescott and get it out the way. Because one thing that we also got to remember about contracts, the sooner you pay somebody, the sooner that deal becomes a discount. Because Dak Prescott got paid as a top player in the league, and now he's not even a top 10 player paid at his position. Like Daniel Jones and numerous other quarterbacks now make more money than Dak Prescott. So the sooner that you get the deal done, the sooner that deal becomes a discount, because everybody else that comes behind him will get more money. Right? So yes, it provides you cap flexibility. It extends your window to compete for a Super Bowl. And I think he's actually a very good player, because I know people give him a hard time about the playoffs, but Dak Prescott in the postseason is 15 touchdowns to 5 turnovers. So Dak Prescott has a 3-to-1 touchdown to turnover ratio in the postseason. He's really played good enough to win every playoff game except for the 2 that he played against. Well, except for the last one that he played against your team. So he actually played a better game in terms of production than Jimmy G did the first time out. The Dak Prescott, the first 49ers game was two touchdowns to 1 turnover. Jimmy G had no touchdown scored and a turnover, so he actually had a slightly better game than Jimmy G when he played. So really, Dak Prescott has played well enough to win a majority of the postseason games that he's played in. It just, the result wasn't always there. Right, year 1, had 3 touchdowns, 1 turnover, put up 30-plus points on the Packers, just lost on a last-second field goal to Aaron Rodgers in his prime. Dak Prescott played well enough to beat the Rams. We allowed almost 300 yards rushing. Right, so there's been a bunch of times that Dak Prescott has shown up in the postseason and we still didn't get the win. So a lot of the narratives around Dak Prescott in the postseason, aren't actually fair. They just hold on because he's the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. So yes, I would extend him. Is a very wise move in my opinion. But thank you for the super chat, Jaleel. I appreciate you for supporting and showing love, my guy. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, we definitely could have had Dak Prescott at a cheaper price than what we ended up paying him if we had paid him the moment that Nick Foles' contract extension was signed. Because Nick Foles' contract was like $28 million a year. So if you gave Dak Prescott 28.5 or 29, he would not have been disrespected by that. So you would have paid him more than the Super Bowl MVP at that point. Right? You could have gassed him up like we believe in you, Dak. Here's that 29, man. We believe in you, Dak. And shit would have went different. You know what I mean? But yes, I would extend Dak Prescott. I would extend Dak Prescott with the quickness. Well, that was a good question. But back to what we were talking about in regard to getting prepared for this upcoming game against the 49ers. I almost said the 49ers, against the Detroit Lions. And I guess we are going to have an upcoming game with the 49ers when we win in the playoffs, right? I'm pretty sure. He said, Hen, are you going to get a call number? Once I figure out how to get this shit to work. because I believe that I'll have to get like another program to run a call number. So letting that go because he has trouble with the 49ers, like letting any quarterback go because most quarterbacks struggle with the Niners. It takes a whole team effort. I agree. Oh yeah, Dak is definitely going to get about $55 to $60 million. But that's the market value. Because listen, the guys that make more than Dak Prescott did not even have good seasons. Joe Burrow, they were barely above 500 when he got hurt, and then he got hurt, right? Justin Herbert, his team had a losing record before he got hurt, and all them boys make more money than Dak Prescott. Josh Allen currently leads the National Football League in turnovers. So all the guys that make more money, Jalen Hurts, a big ass turnover problem right now. So all the guys that make more money than Dak Prescott are not playing better football than Dak Prescott. So and you can't say anything about Super Bowls because all the guys that got paid, don't have Super Bowls. Kyler Murray makes more money than Dak Prescott right now, and he has a losing record. He has a losing record. Extend Dak, bro. Look this fucking good in the first year with Mike McCarthy. Exactly. I'm keeping Dak and Mike McCarthy together. For as long as I can. Because think about it. This offense will probably be better than it is right now next year. Like this is Dak Prescott first year in this system, and he's already in MVP talks. Said base case scenario, Dak needs to score 2 tugs on the Niners, and the defense has to do the rest. I think our defense needs to take a page out of the Baltimore Ravens page, and I think we need to go out here and get some turnovers. Like if you force turnovers, you make everybody's job easier. Hell nah. I mean, even with Chuma starting, Dak Prescott had over 100 passer rating and scored and threw 2 touchdowns and no turnovers. So I don't think Chuma would be here next year. Honestly, I don't think Chuma would be here. They might even let Tyron Smith stay around for one more season, man. He said he needs to learn to multitask. I don't know, because there's a lot of things that happened in this last game that had nothing to do with Mike McCarthy. The biggest blunder on Mike McCarthy's part is putting Hunter Lukey in at the goal line to take the carry. Yeah, Michael Gallup probably won't be here next year either, honestly. Based on his contract and based on the track record of how the Dallas Cowboys do business, I don't think that he'll be here. Now, DP, that is a good option. If Michael Gallup takes a pay cut, I can see him still being here. But that's going to depend if he wants to restructure and take a haircut. But I know how the Dallas Cowboys do business, man. I know how they do business. What's up, Joe? Thank you for tapping in and showing love to the platform. Dak just got to beat the blitz, and that's probably a good quarterback coach away. Dak Prescott actually already has one of the best percentages against blitzes this year. Like when Dak Prescott is blitzed, like his numbers actually go through the roof. The only reason he had even somewhat of a problem with the blitz this last game was because of the protection. A lot of guys blew assignments this last game. But even the touchdown pass to CeeDee Lamb this last game was against the blitz. They brought a nickel pressure, and Dak Prescott hit them right behind and got right behind. He really replaced the pressure with a throw. CeeDee Lamb was right there, behind where the nickel back came from. Dak hit him, and he did the rest. He ran. He ended up being a 49-yard play. So Dak Prescott is real good at diagnosing the blitz and getting the ball out to hots. There was one or two times this game where he didn't see the blitz, and therefore he got beat by it. But once Dak Prescott analyzes that a blitz is coming, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the National Football League. Matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, him and Patrick Mahomes at one point were tied for the most passing touchdowns against the blitz. I'm not sure where they rank right now, but at one point they were tied for the most passing touchdowns against the blitz. They both had 25, and I think that was prior to the season starting. So, Dak Prescott, the entirety of his career has been good against the blitz. It actually gives you easier reads if you can diagnose it. Tonight will be incredible. Man, it's going to be a movie, man. It's going to be a movie. And shout out to my boy Donald Holmes, man. He was the one that won the ticket to go to this game. So Donald Holmes will have an opportunity to see the Cowboys beat the dog shit out of the Detroit Lions. He won the record. He won the raffle for the ticket. So salute to Donald Holmes. Do we pay Tyler Biadasz? Probably not. Probably not. Matter of fact, let's take a look. And we're not going to say we're not going to say if we will pay Tyler Biadasz. We're going to say, do we think Jerry Jones will pay Tyler Biadasz? Right? We're going to use this. I ain't got no $1 million to pay not a damn person. I love spending other people's money. So I don't ever trip about people getting paid because it's never coming out of my pocket. It's never coming out of my pocket. So I don't really, too much care who gets paid. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, I want Jerry Jones to go flat broke building us a Super Bowl team. You know what I mean? I want everybody and their mama on the Dallas Cowboys. So I don't really care about the cap. You know what I mean? No TP, no Tyler, and we're not gonna say no Tyron Smith just yet. We're not gonna say no Tyron Smith just yet. All right, let me screen share this so I can show it to y'all. All right. So let me ask y'all. Tyler Biadasz has 3 penalties on the season. He's allowed 3 sacks at the center position. Pass blocking grade is a 59.6. Run blocking grade is a 66.7. Overall grade is a 66.3. Let's see. He's allowed 4 quarterback hits. How many pressures? He's allowed 24 pressures, which is, I'm not sure how that ranks above. How that ranks with other centers. Don't sound like a great number. But he's had good games and he's had bad games. So it just depends what y'all think. 17 hurries, 24 pressures, 4 hits, 3 sacks at the center positions. He's played 898 snaps. And honestly, if we're being honest, he actually is grading out better this year, except for pass blocking. Yeah. He made a Pro Bowl selection last year with worse numbers, so I don't know. I don't know if Jerry Jones will re-sign him or not. The only thing I would say in Tyler Biadasz' defense is that he probably won't get top dollar, so he won't be one of the most expensive centers you can sign. And if you leave him at center, you will have continuity along the offensive line. Those are the only things I can say. I do believe you can get a better center in here, either via through the draft or either through free agency. So, if you wanted to upgrade your offensive line, moving Tyler. I got one for y'all. How do you feel about moving TJ Bass to center? Because they already been having working on it. Matter of fact, I know the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys are going to probably try and make my boy TJ Bass a center because he already took center reps. He already took center reps this preseason and in training camp. So they tried him at multiple different areas. They tried him at left guard. They tried him at right guard. They tried him at center. So what do you think the Dallas Cowboys would do? Because Zach Martin's going to be here a little bit longer. Zach Martin's going to be here a little bit longer. So I don't think they force Zach Martin out the door just yet. I'm sure down the line TJ Bass might be a replacement for him. Oh, Brock Hoffman. Let me pull up Brock shit. I mean, in comparison to what the hell that in comparison to what Biotis is giving you, is not as bad. 2 pressures, 2 penalties, 149 snaps at the position, so it's not too bad. So you got time to develop. But I don't know. The Dallas Cowboys believe in position flex, and the fact that I know for a fact that they've already given TJ Bass. You know, and I know for a fact they've already given TJ Bass center reps. You know, they might look in-house, but they are cheap. They might try to sell you on Brock Hoffman. They might try to sell you on TJ Bass, who I believe in. I believe in TJ Bass. I believe in TJ Bass. I believe Austin Richards is. I think Austin Richards is one of your most athletic linemen. You know, I just don't. I'm not really sure why they haven't played him much this year. You know, I would have preferred to give him the reps and let him learn earlier on in the season at the left tackle spot. Because Chuma Edoga won't be here. Chuma Edoga will not be here next year. I don't believe that Chuma Edoga will be here next year. So I would have preferred them to give the left tackle reps they gave to Chuma, you know, to Austin Richards. Because the Chuma Edoga is not going to be here next year, and he's already a liability at the position. Like, I don't believe Austin Richards could have played worse. I don't think Austin Richards could have played worse than what Chuma has shown me, at least at the left tackle position. Because I believe in Chuma at the left guard spot. Chuma is a decent left guard when you give him the opportunity to play left guard. Because, you know, I've said numerous times I would have preferred to move Chuma to left guard and keep Tyler Smith at left and move Tyler Smith to left tackle. Because Tyler Smith was good at left tackle for you last year when he made the all-rookie team. So, you know, those are personnel decisions I don't agree with. But if you wanted to leave Tyler Smith at left guard and have somebody else play left tackle, it should have been Austin Richards. Because he would have got numerous reps, you know, that would have helped in his progression and his development. It would have definitely helped with his development. So you try to get Henry next season. I don't know. I got to see which running backs are coming out of here. I got to see which running backs are coming out of the draft class this year before I say I would sign an aging veteran. But yeah, but it's getting to the point where you are on the verge of rebuilding your offensive line. Tyron Smith does not have that much longer. Zach Martin does not have that much longer. And then you know Tyler Smith is here to stay. Like, Tyler Smith is going to be fine. Tyler Smith is going to be fine. Like, I'm sure that Tyler, you really only got like two long-term offensive linemen on your team right now. Tyler Smith, and you also have Terrence Steele, who's having a down year, possibly due to injury, right? Is it Travion Henderson? Okay. And listen, we're going to look at all positions when Cowboy College kick off. So when me and Landlord go do Cowboy College this year, we do Cowboys College this year, I want y'all to tune in. We're going to break down every position. No, one day at a time. We'll go in there thoroughly as humanly possible. So it upsets me every single time I think about Austin Richards sitting at home being a healthy scratch. Ooh. Trey Benson, FSU. I think we only have 4 picks this year. We don't have many picks at all because, you know, we turned our picks into players. You know, we turned a 5th round pick into Brandon Cooks. We turned another 5th round pick into Stephon Gilmore. We turned a 4th round pick into Trey Lance. So the Dallas Cowboys, we have a 1st round pick, a 2nd round pick, and a 3rd round pick, and then I think we got a 6th round pick. So we don't really have a bunch of depth. So the Dallas Cowboys are going to have to be in their draft bag this year. They're going to have to be in their draft bag this year. No, I'm sure that I know that Zach Martin's staying. I'm talking about long term, because Zach Martin does not have that much longer to play football. Let's keep it real. Like, how long do you think Zach Martin is going to play football? Because he's 33, right? Do you think he'll be playing? Let me see. How old is my boy Zach Martin? How old my boy Zach Martin is, man? Let me see. Yeah, Zach Martin is 33 years old right now. He'll turn 34 next year. He's already played 10 years in 10, 11 years in National Football League. I forget. It's one of them. It's like year 10, year 9, some shit like that. So my question is, how long do you think that Zach Martin is going to continue to play football? Maybe another 3-4 years. My boy said Zach got 7-9 more years left. Man, come on now. Hey, I would love for him to play until he's 40. I would love for him to play until he's 40. But, a lot of guys don't go that route. So Tommy said about 2 more years. So let's go to the high. I'll go a little higher. I say he'll play till he's about 36 years old. Let's say he's able to play until he's 36 years old. So let's say 36. So he ain't got that much longer. Lane Johnson. How old is Lane? I think Lane is around the same age because they came out in the same draft class. And listen, that's another thing. The Eagles aren't going to have Lane Johnson much longer. Like, everybody over there have been quietly talking about retiring. Lane Johnson, the Kelsey boy, like, they're going to have a different offensive line too. Before it's all said and done. Before it's all said and done, they're going to be retooling their offensive line as well. I don't know. I think it's asking a lot for Tyron Smith to play another year. If this is not Tyron Smith last year, like, it'll probably be next year. So by no later than 2025, by no later than the 2025 season, exactly, Trey Fargo, he looked 40. There's a lot of wear and tear on your damn body being out there playing football, man. So I don't know how much longer none of these guys are going to play. 3-4 years, maybe 3-4 years. And listen, Trey Fargo, I don't know if too many tackles that play today to they 40. Some do, but like a lot of tackles don't get the opportunity to play to they 40 because their game falls off a little bit. So I'm not sure, but we definitely have to find answers in the draft to the offensive line. I'm not saying we're not good. I'm just saying we're probably not going to have these guys around too much longer. So what I want the Dallas Cowboys to do is both, right? I want them to draft good offensive linemen. If they're able to play right away, play them. If you're going to keep some veterans around, keep them so they can learn. They can learn from a guy that got a gold jacket. Because right now you got a guard that's going to have this. You got a guard that will eventually get a gold jacket. You got a left tackle that will eventually get a gold jacket. If you're going to bring young, talented players in, you need to bring them here now. While those two guys can still tutor them in the ways of being a professional athlete. That's my opinion on that. So I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting. To draft somebody when they hang it up. If I need a future left tackle, I'm going to get them now so they can learn from Tyron Smith, right? If I feel like I need a future right guard, I'm going to get them now so they can learn from Zach Martin. Like, I'm going to get those young bucks now. So A, if I have an injury to either one of those older players, it's plug and play. And B, they can learn from them on the job. So I'm not waiting to find guys. I'm using my first 2 picks on offensive line. Because right now we know that Mike McCarthy wants to throw the football. That's been his MO since he's been in Green Bay. If he wants to throw the football, I got to protect Dak Prescott. I got to protect Dak Prescott with adequate offensive line play. And if I'm going to throw the ball 30 to 35 times down the field, I'm going to need a good offensive line to do that. So, yes, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and find me a replacement for Tyron Smith. I'm going to find me a replacement for Zach Martin. And you might have one already. If they stop being bullheaded and allow Tyler Smith to play left tackle, like which he excelled at, you know. But it's a bunch of shit to take into consideration, because then you're making another hole. It doesn't really matter. Point is, get more young, talented offensive linemen in the building while you still have these future Hall of Famers, and let them learn. Let them learn. Tyron Smith has an injury history. He already has an injury history. That means that the young guy you bring in will probably play meaningful snaps too. So he can sit and learn and play on the job. So have them boys in there learning right now. I know Osiris Torrance was available and we went and got Schoonmaker. Well, we can do that with every position though, right? There were good players available. Yeah, DeJuan Jones, Osiris Torrance. There's a bunch of guys that we could have got. But, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is at this point, man. But, yo, man, go ahead and give y'all final score predictions before we get out of here, man. We done talk about everything under the sun, but really, we already done put the legwork in for this game. We know for a fact that they're the 24th ranked passing defense. We know that Dak Prescott has had, you know, great success against the other lower tier passing defenses this year. Hankins will probably be back for the first game of the playoffs. I don't expect to see him. My score prediction was 42-21 Choctaw. 42-21 was my final score prediction. JVB boy said Cowboys 42, Lions 20. So we're around in the same age. So we passed up on how many running backs? All of them. We passed up on all of them, except for Deuce Vaughn, right? So yeah, Dallas Cowboys. I do need y'all to go out here, make me look right. I have all the confidence in the world in this team. I believe in another 40 burger. I believe in Dak Prescott. I believe in Mike McCarthy. I believe in our ability to hold it down at home and win this game for Jimmy Johnson. So my final score prediction will be 42-21. I expect the Dallas Cowboys to start fast, and it's going to be what it is. Trey said 45-40. I don't think they get 40 on us. I don't see a repeat of the 49. I don't see a repeat of the let me see. I don't see a repeat of the Seattle Seahawks game. I don't. I think the Dallas Cowboys win this game handily, actually. But yeah, my final score prediction is 42-21. I do believe that we will force at least 2 turnovers. Probably an interception by the run Bland. I think a strip sack on Jared Goff. So we'll see what happens. But I got the Dallas Cowboys winning 42-21. We scored more points. We get more turnovers at the crib. I expect. And listen, this is the last home game. This is the last time the Dallas Cowboys fans will see the Dallas Cowboys all year, unless we win the 2 seed. So they will show up. We will be loud. We will be raucous. Jimmy Johnson's gonna go into the Ring of Honor. It's gonna be a movie. So y'all tap in, y'all tune in, and I thank y'all for rocking with your boy on this Saturday evening, man. Afternoon. So peace, God bless. I will holler at y'all. Hey, we're gonna have a victory Saturday, man. I'll see y'all on the other side, man. Peace and God.